we're producers
We are. We are
and
producers.
distributors.
Yeah, and distributors and background actors.
Yeah, we've officially died in the
We've
same
died.
scene that in
We've
a
died.
movie that will come out the end of this. No, next year.
Yeah, next year.
Oh, hey, welcome to the Big Damn Podcast, the monthly insider look and peek behind our company, Big Damn Films. We're here to share the latest updates from our production and distribution company, and the aim is to push the boundaries of independent cinema. We're going to change this intro every time. I don't like it anymore. I wrote it. It sounded fucking cool. So welcome, everybody, to the October edition of the Big Damn Podcast. I am Michael Jane, co-owner of Big Damn Films, and alongside of me on my right is Logan Liskovic. He is co-owner and man who's literally run more in this year than I probably have in the last decade.
Oh, thanks, Mike. And yeah, so today's chat. God, what's the best way to describe it? I guess it would kind of be like a calm before the storm.
You don't say.
We got
It's like it
stuff.
was. It's like it was written that way.
You know, it's amazing how reality just tends to.
Yeah, I'm just going to start putting Logan say something here and see if you go. Logan says something here.
Ooh, that'll be a good one.
So we have some business updates, which is really
Hmm.
cool. We have some actual forward momentum on a lot of projects.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and we have some that are a little bit delayed more than usual, which is to be expected as we're going through this. So we'll jump right into it. The Jester coming out on Blu-ray is got some final tweaks.
Yep.
We had a delay with manufacturing. That gives us an opportunity to add two more features to it, which are the updated commentary from John and Duncan. Duncan played two roles. He plays the love interest and the jester. I believe that's true. Yes, that's true.
I think so.
If it's not true, you have to watch the movie and find out if I lied.
Yeah, right.
So go to bigdamentertainment.com and pick up your copy. Along with that, we're actually going to have a small interview with me and John and Duncan about the making of it. And the fact that this does, precede things like Terrifier and the 2023 Jester. And there's a lot of similarities between those movies later. I think it's unintentional, but it's predecessor.
I was going to say, I think that interview is going to be really fun too, because this is 17 years after it was filmed.
Yeah.
It's been a little while.
This movie can legally drive.
It can. So there's, I think, a lot to kind of go into and a lot to look at, and a lot of things to make the millennials and the Gen Alphas go, what is that big, black thing that she's holding and talking into in her house? And trying to figure out all sorts of different stuff about what's going on here. It's a phone, people. It's a phone, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. What is that thing that the guy has that flips open?
Yes.
In addition to that, we're cutting a new trailer for The Jester for this release. Logan's seen the first, I think, 45 seconds of it. So is John. When it's done, Patreon will get to see it before anybody else. So again, Patreon plug. Support the Patreon. You get to see early shit.
Yep.
Right Before Christmas 2 is still slated and scheduled for release the end of the year. We're going to be doing pre-orders in December. John's confirmed it's done. He's actually just putting on the last 15 minutes of, I think it's the audio and effects mix.
Yep. Audio effects and then the final exporting out.
But the edit's done and all that other fun stuff. So the pre-orders will start by December. The goal was to get it in everybody's hands just in time for Christmas. What a way to spend Christmas, but with our version of Bad Santa. And then streaming will come a couple months after that in February or March, depending on the platform. But by then, Logan, we will have 3 movies in streaming.
Well, yeah, 3 movies in streaming and 3 more almost ready to come out.
And 3 in our library of Big Damn Films.
That's exciting.
It's kind of cool. And that takes us to the things that are coming in the next, dare say, 8 months.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, I think 8 months is fair.
Absolutely.
So Rifters, the score is completely done. Justin Timpane did a masterful job of it.
Yeah.
And what I did is I put the score all together with the movie and packaged that up for John, see if he
Hmm.
wanted to do any additional edits. Uh, and I have to say, like having watched it without the score, and then watching it with the score, much better movie with the score.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's amazing how
And
much the music makes it.
that's it. It's like there's nothing against the movie. It's a
No.
really good movie, and
Yeah.
it's Plan 9 quality cinema.
Hmm.
Um, but it's a very different movie when you actually have like score to
Yeah.
inform your decision making.
Yeah. And not just score, but that score.
That
Like,
score.
can't wait for everybody to hear it in whatever
That
medium that they may be able to listen to it on.
well, I think it's fair to say because we've kind of talked about this before that there'll be a limited edition LP.
Yes.
So Big Damn Entertainment is branching out into the music business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we're pushing this. That being said, we're pushing the release to 2025 to give
Yep.
John all the time he needs. We have a secret weapon that has been reached out to in the
Mm.
audio world, which, given the context of the movie and the score, pretty fucking fitting,
Yep.
given
Very,
this person's work history.
very.
Um, so, what does that mean for 2025? It means we're going to be doing in-person premiere for the cast and crew
Mm-hmm.
of the movie because it's been about 10 years for
Yeah.
them as well. Like we
Yeah.
no longer than that. Uh,
Rifters was what, 20?
Rifters was after Broncos, so it was 2010 or 2011.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah,
so it's been
13,
12.
14 years. Yeah.
Yeah, about that. This one can't drive yet
Nope.
and legally can't vote, but we'll get it there. So
Might
we'll
have
do a
some stubble.
limited. It has the one pubic hair.
Yeah.
Uh, so we're gonna do an in-person premiere with the cast and crew, and
Hmm.
then what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out how many open seats we have. We're gonna open those seats up for sale, and that will have a VIP row
Yep.
that are very limited. We'll get a T-shirt, a copy of the movie, and the LP before it goes out to anybody else. Um, you'll get a meet and greet with John. You'll
Hmm.
get all this other fun stuff, and then anybody else that wants to purchase the regular tickets can attend the regular tickets.
Yep.
Um, and this will kick off our first ever like branch into theatrical releases until
Hmm.
we get to night. So then with that, we will march Rifters into streaming,
Yeah.
which will be great.
Yeah. That should blow up.
If you're a member of our Patreon, if you've already heard this announcement, but if you're a member of our Patreon,
Hmm.
I'm going to put the first uh, 5 minutes so you could hear the score into our Patreon account. You can only see it by on our Patreon. You will only be able to see it on our Patreon for the next 6 months before the rest of the world sees it.
Hmm.
And this is the very rough cut with Justin's track. So I highly encourage you to go. I mean, it's fucking $3 to hear it. So join for 1 month, sign up for $3, listen to it, comment, and then leave. But don't do that. Stick around. We'd like you to say.
Yeah. Join for 25. Stay for 3 months.
Yes. That brings us to the other two that
Hmm.
are in final stages.
Shark.
Shot, you son of a bitch. We're looking for that to come out early 2025. The idea is we kind of like close the book on work that John has done in the past,
Hmm.
and then we start releasing the stuff nobody's seen yet. Because next year, Rifters,
Hmm.
Shark, you son of a bitch,
Yep.
Night of the Blue
Hmm.
Moon, The Fright Before Christmas 3,
Yep.
all in one year.
Yep. And that's not to mention whatever we might find in the deep, dark cobwebs of Darkstone Entertainment Studios.
And look, we're getting reach outs from other people who have films that
Yeah.
look for distribution. So that's
Hmm.
2025 might be the year we release 7 movies. ZCon's still on track to film fall of next year.
Hmm.
Logan and I need to go sometime in the next 3 months and look out for Fort Ritchie in Maryland.
Yep. Yep. Location
Um,
scouting.
yes, because my dream location fell through. That catches us all up by the time this episode comes out at
Yep.
the right for Halloween. This is our
Hmm.
Halloween episode. Spooky. Oh, what do you think?
I think we got a lot going on. A lot of good stuff. Lot to look forward to. A lot to work on, and a hell of a lot more to come.
So, given that this is our Halloween episode,
Mm-hmm.
what's your favorite Halloween movie?
Favorite Halloween movie? Who?
Or a favorite movie to watch at Halloween? You know, there's like the argument of if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, it's a fucking Christmas movie.
Mm,
Or not, but
yeah, yeah. That's an interesting question. So I think from previous interviews and podcasts, I'm not typically the biggest horror kind of fan person. So Halloween movies are, I don't go out of my way to find them. I'm not gonna do, the 30 days of Halloween horror movies all the way to Halloween kind of thing. That's not really gonna be my stuff. Um, I have tried to actually this year catch up a couple that I've never seen before.
like what?
You can take away my producer's card for this, but I had never seen the 1997 Adams Family.
No, I can't take your card away for that one. That's
Yeah,
okay.
no, yeah, Christina Ricci, and I don't know that it held up.
But that's the thing about the Adams Family is that they're always a little bit off.
Yeah, yeah,
So it kind of adds to the movie than
totally.
it adds more to the characters. But
And I
yeah,
think it was
there's
hard
parts
too
of it that
seeing. Yeah,
go ahead.
no, and I think it was hard too having seen Wednesday, the series, before I saw that,
Yeah, that's the
which
wrong.
the quality bar was just.
You set a little too high.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll just say I think as far as horror movie goes, the one that I've always sticks in my mind around this time I think was Final Destination.
Got it.
Yeah.
You can take
Um
my producer's card. I've never seen that movie.
that's all right. We're just trading here. I'll be Mike, you be Logan, and we'll just keep each other's card.
it's
It'll be fine.
it's one of those movies that feels like I saw everything I needed to see in the trailer.
Yeah, a lot of it is there. Um I think it's only the first one I'm talking about. I don't think I bothered seeing any of the rest of them or anything like that. But
Yeah,
it just, it's kind of like the first in the series.
yeah,
Um, 28 days later compared to 28 weeks. The first
yeah,
Scream, not the seventh Scream. That sort of a thing where it's like the first in the series and that kind of a novel
yeah.
start to it. And there are death scenes that I still have trouble driving behind, certain trucks on the highway when I'm
Yeah,
because I can't not think about that movie.
yeah. That scene was in the trailer.
Yeah, it was exactly. So you know what I'm talking about.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
Jen is not a horror person at all.
Hmm.
She doesn't like it. She doesn't like scary movies. Like Beetlejuice, the original, is probably not as scary as she likes it.
Sure.
That being said, I went and saw Beetlejuice by myself
Hmm.
because it's just not her thing.
Okay.
So I have to sneak my horror in where I can get it, which is either like first thing in the morning or that's about it. I haven't got to watch a lot of horror this year,
Hmm.
but I'm a sucker for the Haunted Mansion movies,
Ah, okay.
including the Muppets one.
Okay. I don't think I've seen any of them.
If I could say anything, don't watch the Eddie Murphy one
Ah,
unless you're
okay.
an absolute fan of Eddie Murphy.
I mean, I wouldn't say absolute fan, but The Golden Child holds a special place in my heart.
It ain't that Eddie Murphy. This is like Nutty Professor Eddie Murphy.
Got it.
The most recent
Hmm.
movie for Haunted Mansion is actually pretty good and
Okay.
like really sticks with the like. Honestly, that's my favorite ride, and I was like, okay, that's good.
Cool. Very
Um,
cool.
not without its flaws. And then if I get to watch a horror movie when Jen is not around,
Hmm.
I'm probably digging into like the worst thing that I could think of because it's the only time I'll get to watch it. So
Okay.
like I might watch Terrifier 1
Mm.
or the original and the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think
Okay.
both of them hold up pretty well.
Okay.
I think the original Friday the 13th is like
Hmm.
where you should leave the series. And then Freddy vs. Jason is always like a good romp.
Okay. And there you have it. The October episode of the Big Damn Podcast. Big shout out as always to DJ Zafer for our intro and outro theme.
And We also want to thank our Patreon supporters, Lauren Budd and Bill Farrow,
Yep.
for their supporting our little company. Make sure to subscribe, follow on all of our social medias, which are just at Big Damn Films. And stay tuned for even more behind the scenes sneak peeks, alerts of what's coming next, and more from Big Damn Films.
Yes. If you're Patreon, stick around for those 5 minutes of the video. And if not, thanks for listening. And as always, keep telling your big damn stories.